Spirits are small, adorable, and totally game-changing. And yet, Clash Royale has only scratched the surface. These are 17 spirits that would break the game. Number 1. Nature Spirit. From the official P.E.K.K.A. lore video, we found out that P.E.K.K.A. is basically just a nature spirit trapped inside of armor. This spirit has the ability to grow plants and flowers, and she loves watching nature, especially butterflies. One day, the nature spirit crawled inside of an abandoned suit of armor. She rested for so long, she eventually became fused with it, and became P.E.K.K.A. Now, this kinda got me thinking. If this spirit can revive a dead suit of armor, what if we had a card that could revive a troop on the battlefield? Like, imagine your P.E.K.K.A. dies, and you place a nature spirit. If it lands on her within 5 seconds, she could come back to life with just a sliver of health. And this could work with basically any troop in the game. It would bring a whole new restoration mechanic we've never seen before in Clash Royale. And not quite healing, not quite resurrection, but something entirely unique. Number 2. Water Spirit. This spirit would have a 3-second long slowing effect on enemies it hits, similar to poison or the fisherman's attack. The slowing radius would be about the same as Heal Spirit, and it would only cost 1 elixir. One great idea from a fan said the spirit could create a small water wave that knocks enemies back slightly. Kinda like a mini tornado, but only on your side of the arena. And honestly, I think it's a wonderful idea. It would open up so many new plays for defending and resetting pushes. Clash Royale has barely scratched the surface when it comes to water-based cards, so hopefully they give us a few soon. Number 3. Hypnosis Spirit. This spirit would work kinda like a super magic archer, except instead of piercing through enemies, it would convert them. Yep, it turns enemy troops into your allies for a short period of time, or until they get hit. There are so many community concepts around this, like the Noxious Spirit or the Ghostly Spirit, but they all share the same idea, turning enemies into allies. This concept would be insane for Clash Royale, a spirit that does no damage, targets just one troop, and flips it to your side. That would lead to some seriously funny and powerful plays. Number 4. Clone Spirit. Clone is, let's be honest, one of the worst spells in Clash Royale, but also one of the most fun. You get these hilarious 2v2 moments or meme decks with giant skellies, but in competitive play, it's basically unplayable. The reason? There's too many splash cards. Evo Cannon, Arrows, Firecracker, they all hard counter Clone. But what if we had a Clone Spirit? A 1 elixir spirit with a similar radius to a heal spirit that instantly clones nearby troops. And that's it. Suddenly you're not overcommitting with 3 elixir, you're creating clutch value with just 1. It'd be less punishing, more flexible, and way more exciting to use than the original spell. Number 5. Dark Elixir Spirit. A Dark Elixir Spirit will bash into the first target ahead, dealing 110 damage, about the same as the Ice Spirit. So why does this one cost 1 more than other spirits? Isn't it kinda worse? Well, here's the thing. It's all about the gimmick. Gimmick number 1 is while the dark spirit's on the field, the next spell you use will consume the spirit and increase the damage of that spell by 220, even if it's a non-damage spell. Gimmick number 2 is if it bashes into one of your evolution cards, it heals that card for 110 HP and gives it a +1 charge towards its evolution cycle. This would make the Dark Elixir Spirit a perfect support tool. It adds synergy with evolutions and gives spell-based decks a bit more of a punch, without being too overpowered. It's weird, niche, but definitely interesting for strategy-heavy players. Number 6. Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit is a highly technical 1 elixir card, and also Golem's distant cousin. This chunky little guy rolls forward at a medium speed, but after traveling 3.5 tiles, just like, Prince or Battle Ram, he charges forward at a very fast speed. Stuns and knockbacks can reset the charge, and unlike other spirits, Earth Spirit doesn't jump. He needs to roll right up next to his enemies to explode. When uncharged, he deals skeleton-level damage in a 1.5 tile radius, with a small knockback, 1 tile like Boulder. When charged, the damage doubles, radius expands to 1.8 tiles, and the knockback becomes massive, like a fireball-level pushback. If he gets taken out before reaching anything, no death damage. A nice idea. He does seem a little tanky for a 1 elixir card, but he also can't hit air and can't be used to kite. So I really like this. It's all about timing, positioning, and some smart placement. Number 7. Invisibility Spirit. This spirit would jump onto nearby allies and make them invisible for a short period of time. That's right, full stealth. This would be incredible for clutch moments. Imagine a Sparky's just about to blast your mini P.E.K.K.A, but you time that invisibility spirit perfectly, and suddenly that mini P.E.K.K.A sneaks in one more hit. That's the kind of difference that wins games. Of course, it would be super hard to balance, too long of a duration and it becomes broken, too short and it's useless. But if they got it just right, this could be one of the most skill-based support spirits in the game. Number 8. Poison Spirit. Yeah, I know, very original idea, but listen, even Clash Royale devs have said they love turning spells into spirits. That is literally why they removed Heal Spell and gave us the Heal Spirit instead, so Poison Spirit totally makes sense. It wouldn't deal any damage on impact, just like the spell, it would land and begin dealing damage over time in a small radius. If it costs 1 elixir, it'd give a really small area of effect and a short duration, but honestly, it would probably make more sense as a 2 elixir card. And just think about how strong it would be against Graveyard, Goblin Gang, or any other swarm unit. Fun fact, a fan actually pitched the Poison Spirit to Clash Royale devs 6 years ago. They replied saying they liked the idea and would pass it on to the team. That was 4 years ago, so yeah, probably forgotten, but hey, it still deserves to exist. Number 9. Rage Spirit. Rage Spell is just one of those cards that players either love or absolutely hate. It can lead to ridiculous interactions, especially with Goblin Curse.
We are kind of dead. Let's gang here. Yeah, this should actually be a really good defense, guys. Wait, I'm gonna barrel here on the right, and how the heck is he supposed to defend all of the spam all at once? Yo, look at the left side, guys, look at the left side because of the Goblin Curse. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about, guys.
So what if we got a 1 elixir Rage Spirit? It would jump onto your troops, give them a small speed and damage boost, and that's it. No area damage. Could be fun, could be busted, but that's the kind of risk that makes new cards so exciting. Number 10. Shield Spirit. This spirit would work like a, well, surprise, surprise, shield. Imagine placing this spirit on a Sparky right as your opponent launches a rocket. It would absorb all the damage and Sparky would remain completely untouched. Basically, you'd be given a Sparky a shield, just like the Dark Prince or guards have. It would cost you 3 elixir, which is a lot for a spirit, but once the shield is removed, it refunds you 2 elixir back. So essentially, you're paying only 1 elixir if you use it right. It sounds amazing on paper. Who wouldn't want to give a last-second save to their win con? But balancing this would be an absolute nightmare. Still, I think a spirit like this could definitely work and add a new layer of timing and defense to the game. Number 11. Slime Spirit. This spirit would target your buildings, boosting their health and extending their lifetime. It would cost 3 elixir, and once the building is destroyed, a small slime spirit would pop out and start attacking nearby enemies. It's a pretty unique concept, like giving a second life to your buildings, and honestly, I would love to see a version that works for troops too. Like, what if this spirit jumped onto a troop and gave it a temporary buff, like 15% more health and 15% more attack damage? It wouldn't affect multiple troops like Rage or Heal Spirit, it would just stick to 1, giving it that single target stat boost. That kind of card could completely change how support troops or even tanks are used in decks. Number 12. Spirit Squad. We already have 3 Musketeers, Goblin Gang, Royal Recruits, so why not a Spirit Squad? Imagine a card that spawns every spirit in the game, all in one burst. Okay, it probably wouldn't be competitive, but it would be really fun. Like 2 elixir for complete chaos? Sign me up. Or what about a spirit crate? Once destroyed, all the spirits jump out and scatter across the arena. Or even a spirit barrel that rolls towards the tower and bursts open on impact. Clash Royale is really missing out on these kind of fun, chaotic cards. Not everything has to be perfectly balanced. Sometimes it's about making the game more entertaining. Number 13. Void Spirit. Once again, another very, very original idea. However, let me cook. All current spirits in Clash Royale do area damage, but what if we had a completely different kind of spirit? One that targets a single troop and deals massive damage. It wouldn't have any splash at all, just a high-focused, high-damage hit on one target. That would be really useful in certain decks. I've seen similar concepts floating around, like a super Electro spirit that triggers a lightning effect, and both of these could 100% work in Clash Royale if they were tuned correctly. I think a single target spirit would be refreshing and open up some cool new possibilities. Number 14. Time Spirit. Imagine placing a spirit that sends enemy troops back in time, literally reversing their position to where they were a few seconds ago. And that is exactly what the Time Spirit would do. This concept is so promising, and with the right balance, it could be incredible. I don't think it should just cost 1 elixir though. 2 elixir makes way more sense, especially considering the amount of control it would give you. You could rewind a tank so that your support troops are suddenly in front of it again. That kind of mechanic would completely shift how people play Clash Royale. Number 15. Wind Spirit. This one is simple, but effective. A 1 elixir spirit that works like a mini tornado, dealing little to no damage, but pushing enemy troops back by 2 to 3 tiles. It gives you some breathing room, time to react, time to set up defense or stall a push. Tornado is already one of the most powerful spells in the game, so balancing Wind Spirit could be tricky. But since it's limited to your side of the arena and doesn't deal significant damage, I could totally see this becoming a real card. Number 16. Rocket Spirit. Okay, so this one is, without a doubt, the most balanced spirit on the list. It deals the same damage as a full-on rocket and costs 1 elixir. Totally fine, right? Number 17. Chunky Fire Spirit. This well-fed Fire Spirit would fire Fire Spirits rapidly, all for just 1 elixir. It would have super high HP and probably cost around $250 to unlock, but okay, maybe not. But this version of the Fire Spirit is definitely built different. Now imagine an igloo card that spawns ice spirits, or a submarine that surfaces in the river and works like a champion. Well, those concepts are exactly what I cover in this video, so head over there right now.